After playing this game way too much, and I mean way too much, we're going to be taking a look at the best class tier list for Space Marine 2. I managed to fully level up the sniper with Last Fossil. I also have a max level heavy with both the heavy Meltas and the plasma incinerator. On top of that, I fully maxed out the bulwark as well. My assault class with the hammer is also level 25. I've played with all the characters on max difficulty, so pretty much I've put in a lot of time in the game to bring you guys this video right here. And listen, these are just my opinions. Let's have a fun discussion in the comment section below. Also, keep in mind, when I'm going to be breaking these characters down, I'm taking into consideration the max difficulty of the game. If you guys do enjoy this video, and only if you do, slap the like, sub to the channel. If you're looking for some absolutely insane builds, they're gonna be in the description. Let's talk about the sniper class first. What can it do really well? And the answer to that, after many hours, and sniper being one of my main classes, is that it can pretty much do everything really well. It has amazing ad clear with Last Fossil. It can heal. By the way, for all the people that don't know how that works, I'm going to link the video in the description, which will explain to you how you can overheal beyond your contested health. So it can have amazing ad clear. It can heal. Its single target damage is extremely high. With the right build, you can one-shot elites, and the boss damage is also very good, and the survivability thanks to the invis perk. But those things alone are not what puts it on a higher tier. What actually makes it incredible, the team perk gives you the ability to regen 10% of your signature move with every headshot kill. And that is insane, because it's not just for yourself, it's for your teammates as well. And we all know how easy it is to get those headshots on the smaller enemies. So yeah, you're pretty much gonna have all of your abilities up at all times. And I'm not talking about just the invisibility, which, let's be honest, it's insane for survivability. Or even if you want to res your teammates really fast, which on top of that, you have a 30% increased speed on reses. But also that ability regen is incredible for your teammates, right? For example, if you have a tactical on your team, yeah, you're gonna have those scans all the time, which means you're gonna be doing 200% more damage all the time. And in general, this class just covers everything. For team play, for solo play, it's just good overall. Now, I'm not gonna put it in big PP tier, because I think that it belongs in S tier. There is one class that will jump up here. Also, another thing to keep in mind with the sniper is that you can have infinite ammo when you're clearing hordes. And there's a specific build that you need in order to have all of those things that I just covered on the sniper. So if you're looking for a very strong sniper build, the link is going to be in the description. Make sure to check it out. That build will make the max difficulty much easier for you and your team. Let's move on to the next class, and that is going to be the Bulwark. One of my top 2 favorite classes in the games, the sniper and the Bulwark. And it's just so much fun to play. What does the Bulwark provide, though, in terms of the gameplay for your team? Well, if you're looking for a real tank, that's what this class is. Once you understand how it plays and how to utilize it to its maximum potential, you're simply not gonna be dying. Or should I say, you shouldn't be dying. If you do go down, it's most likely because you messed something up, you missed a parry, or you mistimed your combination, because the class itself gives you every kind of ability to just stay alive all the time. It doesn't matter if you're going against elites, a huge horde, a boss, whatever it is, it gives you the ability to do that. So its team perk is also very good. What it does is, you know, the contested health, right? So the speed at which it goes away, the contested health, is cut by 50%. So it's going away 50% slower, essentially. And in a game where healing is such a big deal, that gives you the ability to heal back up, and it gives you a better chance at doing that, right? So you're not going to be missing that window of getting your contested HP back. It's an incredible class, man. It really is. It has single target damage, but obviously not as high as the sniper. You're gonna have to do some combos and learn the combos in order to get the kills on the elites faster. It has very good ad clear as well. However, not as fast as, for example, some of the classes that we're gonna go over here in a minute. But overall, it covers everything. And on top of that, it adds absolutely ridiculous survivability. Another thing that it has access to, probably the easiest access to armor regen in the game. You literally just do one swipe on the highest difficulty even, then you can perform a gunshot. And honestly, you can just keep doing this. On top of that, you can just put up your shield and guard against hordes of enemies. You're literally going to take 0 damage. I'm not even joking. This class is incredible to play. So if you want that melee tank unkillable fantasy, this is going to be the class for you. Now, I will say though, it takes time to get used to. The parries are a little bit different. And in general, the way the combat flows on this, your signature ability, which is going to be the banner, you can modify it so that if your teammate goes down, you just run up to them, slap down the banner, you instantly res them, give them extremely fast armor. So overall, man, it covers a lot of these things where if you're looking once again for a tank support class, this is going to be the one for you. I'm going to put this into A tier because I do think that the sniper overall brings more value in terms of the ability regen. It has a higher solo target damage, also has amazing ad clear with the invisibility. We also get the survivability. So overall, I do think the sniper is better, but I think that the bulwark is easily high A tier. By the way, if you're looking for an absolutely disgusting build for the bulwark, the link is going to be in the description. I have fully maxed out my bulwark with the power sword. That build is just so much fun to play. Make sure to check it out. You're literally going to feel unkillable with that setup. And I also break down different techniques and how to stay alive, how to get your armor back easily, and so on. Let's move on to the heavy class. This class is an absolute monster. In my opinion, the most powerful class in Space Marine 2 when it comes to just purely killing stuff. If you want to feel like that juggernaut that just only moves forward and absolutely deletes everything, that's gonna be the heavy class. It really is that good. I'm gonna put this into S tier right here. And the reason why the heavy class is so good is because of its weapons. You have the heavy melta and the plasma incinerator. Now, I've maxed out both of those weapons. My heavy build is gonna be on the channel. I'm gonna drop the link in the description. And once you do create that build, you will see that the games become easier. And by the way, speaking of easier runs, I'm going to be helping my viewers get the rarest materials in the game. I stream both on YouTube and on Twitch. So if you need those materials to progress with upgrading your weapons, make sure to hop in. Just let me know which material you're missing. We'll get you in and do some easy, quick runs, okay? Every time we're playing at max difficulty and either me or any of my teammates is on the heavy class, the runs are just chill. They really are. Everything just dies extremely fast. If there's elites, they just get destroyed. If there's normal ads, well, obviously one shot is all it takes to just decimate them. On top of that, the ammo economy on this class is much better than compared to the Vanguard. The reason I say Vanguard is because the Vanguard also has a melta weapon, not the heavy one, but it's still a melta, right? And the fact that you have a better version of that weapon on the heavy class with better economy on the ammo is incredible. It truly is a powerhouse of a class. One thing that it also does really well with its signature move is it counters ranged attacks. And we all know those ranged attacks can be extremely annoying. Very, very annoying. And the ability to counter that very often, actually, because the cooldown isn't that bad, is really nice. On top of that, it increases everybody's ammo capacity by 25%. That's the team perk, which can always come in handy, let's be honest. And overall, man, even if it wasn't for any of that, the fact that it has these two extremely strong weapons puts it at S tier right away. You have the melta to just destroy anything that is running at you. But if you're looking for incredible single target damage, you have the plasma incinerator, man. That thing does incredible single target damage. You just charge it up and unleash it. And I'm telling you right now, the elites get stunned so easily, and the boss's HP, you'll see chunks going down. So it covers everything. I mean, you have ad clear, you have survivability because you have more HP compared to other characters. You do have a 20% increase in HP from the perks. On top of that, you have your shield as well. You give your team a lot of ammo. And the cool thing also about this character is that a lot of its class perks is tied to the weapons. So you can switch around. You can have different kind of loadouts. You're going through the mission with the melta. Once you get to the boss, you switch the loadout, you switch to the plasma. So you have better single target damage. Overall, you just can't go wrong with the class. And as mentioned, every time you have a good heavy on your team, the game is gonna get easier. Now let's move on to the one and only tactical. Now this class in its current state is on a different level, guys. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that it can increase the whole team's damage over 200% is ridiculous. Once you combine it, especially with the sniper, yeah, it's just off the charts. And not only can you scan enemies, right, with your normal scan main ability, but there is a perk you can pick where if you perfect parry, they are going to be scanned automatically, which is insane if you think about it, because that one doesn't have any cooldown on it. Nothing. I'm going to let him attack. Parry, and boom, look at that. Now he's scanned. One shot is all it takes after that. This class is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not going to lie. It is easily the best class, and especially when it comes to team play, it's easily the best one in the game. There's no doubt about it. It has a lot of weapon choices. So if you really enjoy characters that you can just pick and run and gun, this is going to be the one for you. For example, it has the grenade launcher. And the other day I was playing with Phase Shifter. I'm going to link his tactical build in the description. Make sure to check out his channel as well. When Phase was hitting those elites on max difficulty with just 2-3 shots, and I'm not even talking about an upgraded grenade launcher, by the way. We had just started working on that grenade launcher back then. It would stun them so fast, and it has AoE damage too. So if he would land those grenade launcher shots, you would see like 2-3 elites get stunned right away. That was very powerful. And on top of that, if you add the scan to it, yeah, then they just get deleted. Another thing to keep in mind is that you can modify the scan to the point that you can one-shot some of the toughest enemies in the game. There's just so many things that this class provides, and there is simply no other class in the game that comes close when it comes to team value. So maybe the sniper just a little bit because of the, signature ability regen, but which one is the best signature ability, right? And that is easily gonna be the tactical. If you have this class on the team, your games just become so much easier. We're gonna drop it into Big PP right here. I truly believe it deserves it. It's a very good addition to any kind of team in the game. Now let's move on to the Assault class. Now the first thing I want to mention is that I really enjoy the Assault. I think it's a very fun class in general, swinging a big ass hammer and smashing aliens. I mean, if you don't enjoy that, there's something wrong with you. But the problem is, when you play this in the campaign or in PvP and then hop into PvE, you're going to see a huge difference. And the difference is your main skill. When you're trying to fly up in the air, you can't really utilize it the same way you can do it in PvP or in the campaign mission, which can be a drawback for sure, and it doesn't feel as fluid when you're playing with the class. Now, that said, there's some other things also that I'm not a big fan of. For example, I feel like the damage should be a little bit higher. Now, can you make this class work in general? Yes, you can. I've seen assaults that do really well and they manage to stay alive as well. And also their team perk is very nice. They give you a 50% damage increase on gunshots, which can come in handy a lot of the times. But that said, does it provide anything better than any of the classes that we went over? Be it survivability or team buffs or ad clear, single target damage, any of that? The answer to that is unfortunately no. Now, once again, if you enjoy the class, you should play the class, because this is a game where once you understand the combat and its deep aspects and you just realize how to play these classes, you're gonna do really well on all of them regardless. But compared to the other ones that we went over, it's not on the same level. Unfortunately, it's not currently. I'm pretty sure that they're going to adjust this class and probably buff it in the future. Maybe even in the near future, I hope so, because it's really, really fun to play Assault. So we're going to put this into B tier as of right now. Look how long it takes, right? Very cool animation, very cool attack, but it takes too long. If you could have some kind of damage reduction while you're charging up, that would change everything, but you don't. And while you're doing all these charge ups, you're taking so much damage that it's crazy, And that's what creates the problem. Now, there are some other weapons that you can utilize on the class, but the class itself on the basic level needs some help. So for example, a few things I would do is give it another charge where it can fly up a third time instead of 2. And also, while you're slamming down on the enemies, if you do get kills, maybe get some armor or HP back, because this class is 90% melee and it doesn't have any defensive capabilities like the Bulwark, for example. So we need some kind of ability to either get some HP back or the armor back. And if we can get armor back off of the slams from the air, and if we have 3 of those slams, I think that would help the class a lot. If you guys got any more ideas for this class, by the way, drop it in the comment section below. You see, the thing with it is anything that it can do, the others can do better. If we're talking ad clear, the heavy's gonna do it much better. If we're talking the survivability, and on top of that ad clear, the Bulwark is gonna do it better. In terms of team value, the Bulwark is also better, right? Because of the survivability and the team buffs that you can get. And on top of that, it can play as a support and it can also res teammates fast with its banner. It's just a better support class as well. Then when it comes to single target damage, it's the sniper. Then when it comes to the buffs to the team, it's the tactical, the sniper also. So overall, it just kind of falls off compared to all of these classes that we mentioned above. Vanguard is in a spot where it's good because it has the Melta weapon on the class. But when it comes to the team value, is it as close? Is it as good as some of these characters up here? No, it is not. However, I do think that because of the fact that it has the Melta weapon in its arsenal, it does bring you really good ad clear. And when it comes to survivability, it's pretty decent. The grapple gives you the ability to kind of stun the elites if you're in trouble. And also it gives you the ability to get out of situations. If you do grapple to an enemy, you will be dealing 15% more damage to that specific enemy for 10 seconds, which is pretty nice. But some of the buffs that we went over with the other classes is just 10 times better. The team perk is also nice. It's when you get an execution, you get 15% ability regen. However, the sniper one is just so much better because you can just keep getting headshots and there's always hordes of enemies in this game, so you don't even have to get an execution. Also, if you perform a finisher with the grapnel launcher, you will get the ability back. But overall, is it as good as some of the classes that we went over, such as the Bulwark, Heavy, Sniper, or Tactical? In my opinion, it's not. So we're gonna drop it above Assault simply because it does have the Melta weapon and some of the perks are pretty decent. And especially after playing with all the classes, I don't know, guys, like the Bulwark is so good. It's so good for survivability, and that power that you wield with the sword and shield is just on a different level. So I'm gonna drop the Vanguard on lower A tier. When it comes to the Vanguard builds, I'm gonna drop Thick Fillet's channel link in the description. Make sure to check him out. And not just a build video, he explains the mechanics and everything like that for the Vanguards, so you can use the character to its max potential. Yeah, this is gonna be the overall tier list for Space Marine 2. By the way, I'm gonna be making tons of more builds and content in general, both for PvE and PvP. Thank you for all the love and support. As always, stay positive, stay disciplined, and I'll see you all on the next one.
Let's go! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
I mean, we literally have the best community of all time. Oh! Oh, he got no scoped!